have you. Like Destiny and I were joking around, we have had people, specifically her, pop in from a doctor's office. Last time we had somebody presenting, they ended up presenting from a car, which was really, really great because, you know, we're all business owners. We're all super, super busy. There's 100 things to do. And she's like, well, I had the opportunity for a meeting and this is virtual, so I could come in. And it actually made me think, I'm like, I finally have a good opportunity to show off. I don't know if you guys have actually seen it. Have you seen this picture?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got, you know, the really, really nice professional. It's like half of the picture. So the other half is here. And I've seen this around for forever, and I'm like, okay, finally, this is hilarious.
So she was actually doing an interview, right?
Yeah, so the caption on is, my girlfriend had a very serious video interview for law school, and she dressed appropriately.
Boy, that look on her face, that's some concentration.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of concentration for somebody who's wearing fuzzy sneakers, right?
Well,
But-
that's
Got to be comfortable.
I know, that sounds great, right?
I got one for you. Let's see. So I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the White House just announced that they're going to be allowing Skype. Well, they're allowing the press to access the press room via Skype. So they'll be doing video feeds for those who are outside of a 50-mile radius. And they think that this is going to help more reporters get access to press briefings. And they actually cited that it's a much more efficient means of getting everybody in the room as opposed to everybody trying to drive and sit through traffic. So if it works for the government, I think it can work for small businesses.
Interesting. Skype got the deal, not Zoom.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's going to happen next, right? But yeah, I was getting a kick out of that because we're looking at it and I'm like, so we've had, you know, the doctor's office, we've had people join us from our car. Steve last time, that was him to begin with. And so far, the other really cool thing we've gotten to do that we normally wouldn't get to do during networking is during our first meeting, we had a tour of an art gallery in Arizona that actually hasn't even opened yet. We got like this really cool preview of what's coming. It's still opening in about 2 weeks. So
That was really neat.
In any case, so yeah, so we get to do some really cool stuff that we don't actually normally get to do. And also, she's not here yet, but Stephanie's supposed to be hopping in. She's in Canada. We've got people from all over the place. So with that in mind, we want to encourage people to go ahead and use the chat as much as you want. Go ahead and pass leads there. So that way, as we were kind of discussing way earlier, we get to, you know, pass notes and it's not rude anymore. It's just how you're supposed to be, which is great.
Yeah, it's part of the efficiency of being able to do this in 45 minutes is that there's no time set aside for lead passing. So go ahead and use the chat right now if there's anybody you'd like to connect with later, or even just to announce yourself.
Cool. And looks like Holly's asking if everybody would be comfortable with her taking a screenshot of the of her screen. So I think we'd be fine with that, right, guys? Yep.
We should probably all smile at the same time, right?
Oh, dear. All right, 1, 2. Wait, Stephanie's coming on. Hold on. The weirdest group photo, well, maybe the weirdest group photo you've ever been a part of.
You ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Nice. Well done.
Very cool. But yeah, so we got that going on. But so meanwhile, since we do have people from, in this case, 2 different countries, and I believe 3 different states, let's go ahead and put in the chat for everybody who, where you're joining in from.
Your name or your...
Cool. So awesome in the last 2 meetings. We've only done this twice now, and we've had some really great referrals passed. I know Destiny had some referrals for Michelle last time around, and we've been working in that direction. And then we've also I know for me it's been really cool because I refer to a lot of you, and so there are people that I will be sending to multiple ones of you, and so it's really nice because you get to see each other and work together as a team and know who each other is instead of just, oh, you have somebody else. But yeah, so meanwhile, let's go ahead and Amanda, you were the quickest draw. So Amanda from Lions, why don't you tell us more about yourself? Your 1 minute intro.
Okay. I am Amanda, and I am part owner of a family business called Peaceful Valley Resort. And I'm also a photographer by trade. So I'm the sales rep for Peaceful Valley, and we do weddings, corporate events, lodging, the whole 9 yards. So it's a dream come true. It's 7 years in the making, and I'm here now and have very little time, but I'm excited to see what this is about.
Cool. Well, welcome, Amanda. It's nice to have you. And then looks like the next one that chimed in was Dave Kramer. We've got a couple Daves.
Hello, I'm Dave Kramer. I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm on my 10th business right now, and I've had all the different levels of success, some failures, some successes. I've sold a couple of my companies in the past, and so I really enjoy coaching small business owners and helping them to be more successful. And that's my pitch.
All right, and Steve.
So I'm Steve. I run a full creative agency that does everything from film to design to branding and strategy. And obviously, for those of you who joined a little bit later, I'm moving up to Colorado, currently in California. So I'll be moving up to Colorado in March. So super excited to kind of land there and kind of run around.
Cool. And we get to hear a lot from Donna today, but Donna, let's hear your 1 minute intro.
Donna Gallasi. My company is Blue Zenith, where we focus on brand strategy and web design. And I'll talk a little bit about the foundational of what we do and how we do it when I present.
Very nice. Yeah. And Coach Destiny.
Can you hear me? Oh yeah, okay, perfect.
Good.
Hi, I'm Coach Destiny DeHaven with Love Communicates. Basically, I help small business owners be more successful in their business because 85% of their business success has to do with the mindset stories that they're telling themselves. A lot of these mindset stories are overwhelm, a chaotic work schedule, having to reschedule because they've overbooked themselves and not feeling very confident in their business. So I go in there, help them change those BS stories to ones that serve them. And that's what I do. So it's nice to meet everybody.
Very cool. And Holly?
I was muted. I'm Holly Claire with the Social Media Advisor. We tell stories for businesses by using social media. So we'll build robust profiles. We do content management and training. So it's nice to meet all of you.
Thank you, Holly. Tim?
Oh, that's me. Hey, I'm Tim Washburn. I own Computer Doctors, and we focus on both the retail aspect of things, so selling business-grade computers, whether it's to residential or to businesses. We focus on delivering high value at low cost with quality solutions. We also provide full service of a full range of IT needs. So whether you need a new server or you need just viruses removed or anything there in between, we implement that.
And Tim, since this is kind of a nationwide thing, are there any services that you offer that you could do from remotely?
Yeah, absolutely. So, with our managed IT services, what we really specialize in is having access, we remote into all of our clients' machines and take care of about 95% of their issues remotely. We have clients in Florida, in Virginia, New York, so scattered along the East Coast, quite a few. And the few hardware jobs that we've had to take care of, we've been able to get those taken care of remotely, through other partners. But yeah, most customers' needs can actually be taken care of remotely, and that's provides a lot of value, and we can get them taken care much quicker that way.
Great, thanks.
Nice. All right, and Stephanie.
Hi, I'm Stephanie O'Brien from Brandon, Manitoba. I'm a marketing coach and copywriter, and I help people who just don't have the time or inclination to do their own marketing to create a marketing plan, and I create the materials for them so they don't have to figure out how to write their emails and blog posts and such. If anybody wants to know more about me, I'm just I'll be timing with the frog in the throat.
Oh no.
If anybody wants to learn more about me, my website is www.coachclientconnection.com.
Very cool. Is your house still leaking?
I think it's largely stopped for the moment.
That's good. Last time she joined us and she was in a leaky house, but she was making it work, so I appreciate that. Cool stuff. So for the record, we are going to be recording this. We're putting it on YouTube, so that way if you miss anything, if you wanted to see more about somebody or something like that, you can pop in and see that. And then if you have any chats that you'd like to be featured on there, go ahead and put add before the chat that you want to have on there, so that way we make sure we put what you want, but not stuff you don't. So that way you're good to go there. And then of course I'm Shantel. Hi. I think the only one here I don't know is Amanda, but I've been working with AllPro Web Tools for 3 years, and I've done a lot of networking and have been getting a little frustrated with the amazing amount of time put into it without meeting as many people as I'd like to, so that's why we're here. So doing fun stuff. But like I said, this is a participation event, so feel free to keep chatting. I've actually seen some people asking for each other's info and having leads so far, so that's awesome. And all right, so
hey Shantel, this is Gina.
Yes,
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Hi, Gina.
She can't type in because she's on her phone.
I'm on my phone. Yeah, exactly. Sorry,
right.
I thought it was just me being like non-techie. I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're doing great.
Yeah, go ahead. Let us know what you do.
Okay, so I'm Gina Woodman. I'm out in California. I'm an independent bookkeeper with about, I think the last count, I think I have like about 45 clients that I handle kind of all by myself. So I don't have a whole lot of spare time, but I have a lot of fun. I have the best clients in the world, and half of my client base is on Xero.com. That's Xero.com. Cloud-based accounting software, and that allows me to work remotely for clients that I've never even met. So basically I see my local clients during the day, and I handle my clients evenings and weekends. So yeah, it allows me to work from pretty much anywhere in the world. So yep, that's me. It's tax season, and enough said about that.
Thanks for speaking up there, Gina. I'm sorry I forgot you.
I won't take it personally, Shantel. It's okay.
Love you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think she's choosing to forget me, though.
Uh-oh. Not just me, then.
I was going down the chat. All right,
and David. You just forgot me again.
All right, David.
Don't ever forget again.
So I'm David.
No, I won't.
I'm not the important Dave on this chat, though, so make sure to remember that. Dave Kramer is the important member. So my name is David. I'm based in Denver, but I work all over the country. I do credit card processing and business services for businesses all over the country. We do it with a little bit of a twist, though, that with my company, Pay It Forward Processing, we actually partner all of our businesses with a charity of their choice, and a portion of every transaction gets donated to that charity for free. So it's a unique way to give back to the community, to really get involved with your customers, make sure that they know that they're working with a upstanding company. And then just for fun, I do networking for all my clients as well. So I get on events like this and get to know people and introduce people all over the place. So I'm the person to know in Denver. So Steve, when you come out here, I can get you some connections.
Love it.
There you go. All right. Have I missed anyone else? We're all good? Okay. So last week we did a fun section and did kind of a mastermind for Jade, who was trying to figure out what people's hangups were. She was really wanting to meet with more people via Zoom and not have to go to, oh, hi, Kaylee, and not have to go to different events and you know, get stood up at coffee shops. And so we did some masterminding on that. And so we'd like to do that again. So if anybody has a challenge that they've been working on with their business or a goal that they've been trying to achieve, go ahead and throw that into the chat too. And then we can do some masterminding with Dave, who, as he said, had 10 different businesses and has over 30 years of business experience. So that'll be helpful. And Kaylee, let's have you do your 1-minute presentation. Can you hear me? Well, we'll get her later. Okay, so I'll be chatting with her, but meanwhile,
if only we had a computer doctor to fix all these computers.
Tim. All right, so we have a new presenter every single week, and this week Donna has been awesome and volunteered to present. And she has also been extremely brave and said that she will answer questions during her. So as you have questions, the easiest way we've discovered is if you hold up your hand. That way she doesn't have to watch the chat while she's talking and we don't end up all talking at the same time. So, all right, Donna, take it away.
And Donna has 10 minutes. I'll be timing you. So
Okay.
Take it away.
Let me share my screen. Okay. So I wanted to first tell you a little bit about me and how, oops, this can't be full screen, how I'm different. I'm not your typical web designer, and I start with branding because that's how you tell the story of the company. I think that small business, the way we set ourselves apart is through how we put pieces of ourselves into that story, put pieces of our know, like, and trust into the story that we give our potential clients to learn about us on the website. So to me, that's my brand strategy. That's what we do in general. And then web design is our tool of how we bring that to life, so to speak. So real quick, I wanted to go over a little bit about what that means, brand strategy, because I don't necessarily do the branding bit. I'm not a graphic artist. I was a computer developer in my past life and was a coder. So I kind of have a different slant on things, but in my almost 8 years in business, it's been very rare that someone has asked me for a logo. They almost always come with me with a logo. They come to me with all their pieces. It's up to me to actually create the strategy to bring their story to life from their website. So this chart, the ADA chart, talks about how your website can kind of interact with the sales process that's going on in your potential clients' minds, on how they get to know you through awareness, and then how you engage them with your digital resources and, you know, whatever that strategy may be to move them from awareness into interest, and from interest into desire. Again, that's strategies to make that happen, and web strategies to make that happen, where you speak to your benefits of your services and you clearly tell how you want your potential clients to engage with you. It should be very clear on what their next steps are to engage with you and your services. And then the strategies that take you from desire to action into where they want to buy, and then making that purchase. And again, strategies from web perspective is that you make it easy, again, very easy, that they can choose the packages and move forward. And every time I talk marketing, it's always through the lens of the website. That's how I see things. There's experts in every other area. I'm the expert in the web and the brand strategy. So that's just the beginning of the strategies. But then I like to speak then to the reasons why people buy from you, because this is your basic, this is the goals of those strategies. They buy from you because they connect with your why. And that it's going back into telling that story, that know, like, and trust, bringing who you are, your passion into the story on your website. And that you make them feel something, and you can stick whatever word you want to put there, but you make them feel smarter, you make them feel better, safer, you make their lives easier, you give them a way to be a resource to their clients by you being your expert in your expertise. You impart information to them, and now they can go out and be smarter to the world because of your expertise being conveyed to them in whatever way, whatever strategies that may be. You provide an experience over a transaction. Small business, we still do business face-to-face and people-to-people. And whether it be like this in a virtual environment or face-to-face, it's personal for us in small business. We're not just a transaction. And again, people do business with you because they trust you. And all four of these things can be conveyed into some sort of strategy to make that happen, to the story you tell on your website, and how they then connect with you. I think what I'll do now is to bring in a few of the client sites to show how, a little bit of how that works. So this is a property management website that we did, and they elevate their services. They came to me and they said, you know, most people just stick property management at the end of what they do. It's not their primary focus, so they don't honor it. They don't elevate it. So I took a look at this and said, well, it needs to be built kind of like an architecture website where you show that you're proud of what you're doing. So buildings and the buildings that they manage are in the forefront of this site, and is meant to be that way. It's meant to look very elegant and upscale because that's how they wanted the people coming to the website to know that they honored property management, and that's how we convey it, is simple through what they honor and telling that part of the story. So so that's one. This other company, they do a franchise where they sell franchise microbrew pubs across the United States, and there's one here in Centennial, and I think there's going to be one up there in Longmont sometime soon. And actually, to tell the truth, this site's it's been around for about 1.5 years, and we're into a second phase of rebranding them, so to speak, image-wise, because they've grown so much over the past year, and they've kind of changed their own selves. They're 1 year into their business, and so they wanted to reflect that. And so, you know, showcasing the beer, showcasing the variety, making it look fun. That this is what they're all about. Then for a small business, I would have to say one of my primary ways of branding someone is using your photos, because you are the public face of your business. You are who they're dealing with, and you want your personality, your fun, your flair to come through on the site. And so I think that using stock photos or don't necessarily tell your story right. That doesn't elevate you or your business if you don't honor the visual graphics and the things that you're pulling into your website to help you tell that story. So quality photos of you in your business showing your personality is absolutely by far one of the best ways to integrate that all in, and set yourself apart. So I'm sorry, sometimes my brain kind of thinks way ahead. So what I was thinking in that was that what I tell my clients is that if you do if you do a Google search on just about any of our industries, you would find pages upon pages upon pages of competition. And so how does one stand out? How do you then take that edge and stand out? And I say that you are that one thing that is different. And by capturing that who you are, the essence of you, and how you provide your service differently, how you're that expert in the field, that in itself is how you set yourself apart. And you don't get lost in the mix of everything if you're the front face and you actually have your personality and your values put onto the site, like Rise. That wasn't really their face, but they made sure that they elevated what they did in such a way they honored it and conveyed that the client is important because we elevate what you need from us. So another this is kind of a weird one because it was a brochure that was handed to me. And from that brochure, we put together really a very fun site of all the different options. We have in here a builder. Oh, it kind of gets lost. And
So we got a minute and a half left if you want to take any questions.
okay, so then let's not do this. Yes. Yes. Does anyone have questions? We'll just go there.
Who is your ideal client?
My ideal clients tend to be entrepreneurs, small business, maybe 7, 10 at the very most employees. 5 is my kind of so-called sweet spot, 1 to 5. That has heartfelt. They're not in business just to do business. They're very heartfelt and driven and want to make change in their industry, make change in their clients, and transform their clients' lives. That's a very specific market in who that is.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Donna, do you have your own photographer that helps you out with the websites?
I do know some photographers, but because everyone's got different strengths, I'm always looking for others as well.
Okay.
Looks like Stephanie had a question too.
Yes.
Do you have any experience with the Churtla channels? Are you familiar with that tone?
With what?
Churtla is short for Charity, Healthcare, Insurance, Real Estate, Law, Technology, and Associations.
No, I am not familiar.
Okay, I was just wondering because I've got a business partner who works heavily with those, and I'm always on the lookout for people we can JV with or refer people to.
Yes.
Interesting.
Well, we do some nonprofits. I don't know how that. I've just never heard that terminology. I'm sorry.
I hadn't either till I met him.
So I'm not the only.
I've learned a lot of new things working with him, but out of the 7 things I listed, are you, aside from Charity, are you familiar with any of them? Or
Which ones?
Healthcare, insurance, real estate, law, technology, and associations. And industries.
Those industries, I've.
Have you worked with any of those industries?
Yes, I do have a few law firms that are clients. Not so much in healthcare, no, but law firms I do.
Okay, maybe you want to set up a time to talk so we can explore whether we could refer people to you.
Yes, I'd like that.
Website design is one of those things I can do somewhat, but I think you'd do it better.
And I'd like to talk to you because you're a content writer and I'm always looking for potential content. Yes, Tim?
Hey, I was just wondering, do you work on the AllPro Web Tools platform?
Yes, see our conversations. That example is a complete AllPro website.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, good.
Yes.
We definitely recommend Donna. She does beautiful work visually, but also I really appreciate what she does in helping small business owners to get their message correct and get it out there. So thank you so much, Donna. We appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And as people have, if more questions occur to you, or you want to, exchange information with Donna, feel free to do it right down in that chat. We've got that there for you. And meanwhile, looks like we've got a couple different things that we can mastermind on. But yeah, does anybody else want to put one in there or speak up with one as we're looking at what to discuss today?
So far, I see one from David. Is there another one I'm missing?
Actually, I think that was it.
Okay.
I'm going to have to step out early. I've got a prior commitment, but it was great meeting you all.
Thanks, Stephanie. Great seeing you.
Stephanie.
Have a great day.
So, David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, awesome. Let's wrap about the sales challenges that you're encountering. You're looking to get six new accounts by the end of February. So that's in 3 days, 2 days.
February, not January.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so you got some time.
Gives an extra couple weeks.
Really
exactly.
Mind that doesn't know what month.
I could do it, but it's just getting the right introductions.
Okay. So where do you typically find those introductions? From friends, networking?
Mostly from friends, networking groups like this. Some of my favorite referral leads come from bookkeepers and accountants, marketing directors, because they work directly with businesses all day, and they're trying to help them save money, to provide new opportunities, rebrand their business. I've gotten a bunch of support from Holly. So, well, sometimes with Holly, when I can get a hold of her. But no, it's all about friendships and relationships that I build with communities all over Colorado, and then the connections just keep rolling through. So
yeah,
whoever you know that's the business owner that is in need of saving money, those are the people I need to talk to.
So something that we kind of discovered a while ago, our product is really useful for the end users, but it was so expensive and so time consuming to communicate directly with those end users that in 2016 we started our expert program, which was a way of spending the majority of our time working with those value-added resellers or those partners, like what you're talking about. So we found it was actually very beneficial. There was a ramp-up period. I think Shantel can probably speak to that a little bit. We spent, what was it, like 6 months on the phone?
Yeah, and it was so fantastic meeting people, and at the same time I was dealing with the concern about having theoretical wins, because I'd made this really, really great connection, but you weren't sure if anything was going to come of it or this project in general. It was kind of terrifying, but it's come together great.
So the way I've had it explained to me by my coaches was it's a one-to-many strategy. So if you can find one person who can refer you 10 people, there's the value. And I know you understand that. So I think what I'm saying is that when we focused our efforts on those people, and I think that's another thing that Katie Myers from CR Conversations could probably help with a lot, is rewarding those who are your closest partners, those people who are outside the company that are helping to refer people in. Show them some appreciation once in a while, send them gift card to take their spouse out for a steak or something like that. Just let them know that you really appreciate what they're doing, and to try to strengthen those relationships. Does anybody else have any suggestions on how to help David? So this
Don't make fun of the beard.
So what that tells me is
Just
actually
saying.
something that we're all struggling with. Is that right? Are we all struggling with kind of finding leads and new clients? I think that's why we're here. I think that's a very common problem, to be able to find those. And, sometimes it takes picking up the phone. Sometimes it takes doing something loud and crazy, like putting people in a limo and taking them somewhere, or throwing a big party. You got to be crazy. Go ahead, Donna.
I would say just putting yourself out there, right? Isn't that kind of what you're saying? But really just being bold, getting out there, outside your comfort zone. Go meet people that that you wouldn't necessarily meet somewhere else, and just that's how the best relationships are made. And sometimes it takes time for them to come back and reward you for that, but they're always worthwhile. And the right way to grow, I think.
That's great advice, Donna. Thanks for commenting on that. Any other ideas?
Well, David, how does your business, I mean, obviously the nonprofit piece of it, the fact that you're benefiting others, but what will get someone to flip from a different processor? Because I think the huge part is people might think it's like some huge crazy process to be able to like, oh, I've been with this processor for 5 years and I don't know if I want to jump. And, it's got to be something where they can, essentially it's easy.
Well, yeah, and that's the challenge that a lot of businesses face with not just processing, but with switching to bookkeepers or social media people or anything like that, is they get uncomfortable with that changeover. Beyond our Give Back program, our switch is the easiest in our industry because I do everything for our clients. So they don't have to worry about that 6-week long process. It's a 2 to 3 day process and it's done. guaranteed savings. So there's a lot of features within my company that make us stand apart. And I promote those all the time, and it's given me the connections that I have. And so I actually use those, and kind of based off of Dave, what you were just saying, one of my favorite ways to get leads right now is sitting in coffee shops for a couple of hours. I just sit there and eavesdrop over top of different conversations and kind of stick my face in and, introduce myself, make it really awkward for a moment and kind of interrupt everybody. But I've gotten 6 clients in the last month for that. So
that's awesome.
It's a real fun and real easy way to do it.
Yep. I've actually done the same thing. I've used that also for some of my clients with testing out some new product or a new marketing campaign. I'll just ask people, because you can tell who's there for business and who's there just after school doing their homework. And you can walk up and you can say, hey, just wondering about your opinion on this. It's a great way to start a conversation. Another thing I was going to mention is a lot of times we get stuck in our business and we don't leave the desk, leave the office, and we kind of wonder where the clients are, where the leads are. And it all goes back to getting out there, calling people. Sometimes if it's snowing outside or you can't get out, like pick up the phone, call people, introduce yourself. Chantel is really good at that. She does that all day. Also, I mean, this has been going on for a long time, but social media, we are recently kind of discovering how exactly to use that. And maybe Holly would have just a tidbit of advice there and kind of using social media for prospecting.
I was going to say, she's who we're learning from. So
yeah, I'm sure she's got some ideas. If we can hear her.
I can hear you.
While we're waiting for Holly to get her microphone, is there any other ideas for David? Yes,
I have one. So what I found really helpful and useful is using my clients' own words. So I've taken the time to interview like the clients that I truly loved working with, the ones that, like if they said, me not being a morning person, if they wanted a 5 a.m. call, I would be like, yeah, I do it for them because they just brought me that much excitement. I started interviewing them and asking them like, why did you come and see me? What was the problem that I could solve? And then I captured those words, those exact words that they used, and started using them. And all of a sudden, those other people were coming in and they're like, oh, it's because of what you said. And I was like, perfect. And it was just using the words that they know that made a huge difference.
Yeah, that's a great strategy. Something else I had mentioned last week was we all kind of have this sense that a meeting has to be 60 minutes. It has to be a 1-hour meeting. And that's just not true. And if you think about it, if you work 8 hours a day, each appointment is 1 hour, that's only 8 appointments per day. What if you just cut that in half and you did 30-minute appointments? Then technically you could do 16. So thinking along those lines, I even cut it back to 20-minute meetings. Also, there's nothing saying you can't have 2 meetings with the same person. So if you allocate a 15-minute initial introductory meeting, and we've all had those meetings where you're sitting there after 45 minutes going, why am I here, right? So you can kind of preface that ahead of time and say, you know what, I can give you a 15-minute slot, and you can kind of pre-vet them. And then if you want to continue that conversation, you can invite them into a follow-up meeting.
Yeah, and that's what Katie teaches as well, is 15-minute get-to-know-you call. Then some sort of a 30-minute discovery session, then you have your face-to-face. And what I found is with that, it is a filter. I can choose to not have a continued meeting, just say, thanks so much for your time. I'll know what to look for in the future. And then that way no one's offended, but for sure, if they're not feeding into your content and asking you questions, they just care about what they've got going on, right? As far as social goes, the biggest thing for me is engagement. So I know who my tribe is because they share my content and they comment on my stuff, right? So videos that I produce, live shares, they're engaging with my live videos, or I post memes or images or any other copy on there. My tribe is engaging with them, sharing them, commenting, liking them. And social media is a social experience. So that's why that's so very, very important. So I'd say, if you're not currently living on your tribe, do that. But even romancing your customers, connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with them and follow them in all the different social places, but make sure that if you want to, that you're intentional with engaging with them so you can remain top of mind.
Excellent. Thanks, Holly. So hopefully, David, you got a lot of ideas there. Hopefully you're taking some notes. This is kind of what I really enjoy about the masterminding session that we have, the 10 minutes that we dedicate to somebody's struggles or goals. And it's really cool when you can get all the collective wisdom of a bunch of business owners who have been there, done that. So hopefully as we go forward, we can continue to strengthen each other through this effort. So I'll turn it back to Shantel.
Cool. So as we discussed, we make this run about 45 minutes. So I've reserved the last 5 minutes for announcements. So who has announcements within the group? Anything cool going on? Destiny.
I only have 2 spots left in my Reprogram for Success course that's going to be done in Loveland. It's a blended course for men or women, starts on the 1st of February. So if you are one that does have a lot of overwhelm or confusion in your business, this course is for you, because I will, what is a good word? Unoverwhelm you? I mean, really? And it's not underwhelm. So, but we'll help you get that all straightened out, and you'll have tools to use moving forward also.
All right.
Destiny balancing the power of just being whelmed. Anybody else? You got announcements?
I'm just going to speak up for a minute. I've gotten a couple of chats. This is Gina, the bookkeeper, and I can't respond because I can't do the chat thing on my phone, but I just wanted to put my email out there because I've seen a couple things go through. My email is Gina, Gina .woodman, WOODMAN @gmail.com. And you can look at my website, Gina Woodman, all one word, Gina Woodman .com. Sorry, www.ginawoodman.com. That's who it is. So if anyone wants to get in touch with me, that's great. Just keep in mind it is tax season, so I'm a little distracted. But I'd love to hear from anyone who wants to chat. Yeah, maybe just a little. With all these January 31st deadlines, all of a sudden, certain deadlines have gotten moved up, like 1099 processing. So it's definitely got me a little busier than usual, but that's okay.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time today to be with us.
Yep.
This is great. Well, I'm trying to actually have Thursdays be a work at home day, home office day. We'll see. We'll see.
And Gina, so that you know, we had a couple people go ahead and put your email in the chat for you, so that way you're good to go. We can all see it now.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cool. Any other announcements? Cool. So next week, our presenter is Jade. She was the one with the quickest draw on the hand. Who would like to present the week after that, so that we're getting it all taken care of? David? It is announced, by the way, in the chat that he would like Scooby snacks, just in general. So now we know how to make him happy.
Hey, Chantel, can I grab dibs on the 16th?
Sure.
Cool. Thanks.
Cool. Oh my goodness.
There you go, David.
Somebody say Scooby snacks. I think I heard somebody say Scooby snacks.
Yeah.
Somebody came prepared.
Beautiful.
I don't think you could do that at a traditional networking event.
Hey, these are kind of fun.
Not all.
Do you have vodka? Vodka?
It's in my drawer.
Chantel, show them the bottle you drink out of all day.
Yeah, so I have this one. So it's an old whiskey bottle. I do fill it up with water, for the record.
Well, that's what she says. We can't tell the difference.
We all believe you.
It's clear anyway, so I fill it up with clear liquid and drink that all day.
That's like an old high school trick, love.
We don't believe it.
It's water.
Now you know why I'm so special when I call people on the phone. So I've got that going.
Everything's understood
all the time.
Exactly. And but yeah, if any of you know somebody that would be, we're all having blast. So if any of you know someone that would like to hop in next week, feel free to invite them, and I'll send out an email with the YouTube link for the video that we'll be uploading, and then some details on that. And all right, so we got that. At the end of the meeting, we leave it open for about 15 minutes, let people get a chance to talk or continue conversations in the chat, look through the chat so you can make sure you didn't miss anything. And then Kaylee, you can hear us. Okay, we can hear you this time. All right,
Sorry
so
about that.
Your intro.
Sorry about that. I was stuck on the phone with one of my clients that called out of nowhere, so I had to pop in a little late. Kaylee Hall, 68 Designs. I am a graphic designer. Actually, I've worked with Donna on occasion. I've worked with Holly. And I've been doing graphic design for over 30 years. And I love working with brand new startups with their logos, with all of their marketing materials. Actually, now I'm into books, apparently. I'm designing books, covers, interior illustration, that kind of stuff. So it's been kind of an interesting challenge because it makes me think a little differently. And other than that, I mean, if somebody has a harebrained idea, hey, is this worth it? You know, should I embark on something with my marketing to see if I can get more customers or clients and such? Let's talk about it. I also arrange all the printing and all of that. So I'm kind of a one-stop shop. Once you go through me, you know, all I gotta do is just kind of give me an email and say, hey, I need more business cards. So that's what I do.
Cool. Thanks for that, Kaylee.
And one other thing to remember when you're presenting, you can use a lot of different media. You can show your screen, as we saw today. You can also play videos. And you can also do a virtual tour around your office or your facility.
That's not safe for anybody.
Well, I was just going to ask if I could dance, but I don't know if you want to see that.
We're ready.
You could. It doesn't mean you should.
We need to see that.
So Tim and I were talking about doing a virtual tour around his store. Did you want to get on the calendar for that, Tim?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay.
I could do it for part of my presentation if you want. I could do it after a meeting, just whatever we have time for.
Okay. Do you have a spot for Tim on the calendar, Shantel?
Yeah, I was just pulling up a calendar because I'm bad at remembering actual dates. All right, so we've got, looks like okay, I've lost my mind. So we've got the second booked with David. Destiny jumped on for the 16th. So it looks like the next available one to be open would be the 9th. So just before Destiny.
Okay, I think I'm actually scheduled for some stuff on the 9th already. So that meeting might be a stretch to get to. So what if we did like the 23rd?
That'd be perfect.
Okay.
And since we're booking out that far, anybody want the 9th? And we'll have February filled.
I'll take the 9th.
Who talked? Oh, there you
Steve. Sorry. Yeah, I'll take the 9th.
All right. Well, there we are.
Well, great. Thanks a lot for being here today. We appreciate all the support, and we'll be sending out that email in just a little bit with the video and invite link that you can send off to anyone else if you want to invite anybody else. And so we'll go ahead and close the meeting now, but we'll keep the screen share open. So if anybody wants to chat, you're free to mingle, virtually mingle.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna have to head out, but I really am excited about the steak and bacon.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we need to have people chime in with what their favorite thing to be rewarded with is.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Chocolate, huh? That
yes.
works. Yeah. Well, apparently I very, very publicly now like whiskey, so but chocolate always works.
What about whiskey and
Good
chocolate?
With a side of bacon.
Yes.
Now, this is really, you know, we're coming up with our own weird virtual recipes here, but this is a beautiful thing.
There's actually brandy chocolates out there.
Mmm.
I think they put everything in chocolate. They got ants and crickets and all kinds of stuff in chocolate.
My in-laws came home from vacation
Yum.
with Jack Daniel's chocolates, that fudge that they brought over for me. So I
Oh
was
yeah.
enjoying
Trader
it.
Joe's had brandy filled chocolates this holiday,
Nice.
but not year round, unfortunately.
Mm.
You could stock up for the year though.
Yeah, should have done that.
So,
Sorry, what, Tim?
I was just saying, nice meeting you guys. I've got to head out. Client is in desperate need right now. So.
Yep. Same thing. Thanks, guys.
Computer doctors to the rescue.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
People dropping.